What's up, guys? I've gotten quite a few requests to do One Piece manga reviews, and I decided to give it a shot. So this is my first review, chapter 856 of One Piece, entitled "Liar." Let me know how I did in the comments below. Let me know if you want to see more of it at the end. Let's jump into it. The first page is cover page with Frankie. He gave a robot to a crab who's getting bullied by some monkeys. I'm going to be honest with you, I never really care about like the funny front pages. I care about the ones that sort of tell you something about what's going on elsewhere in the world. Like this is just like, fan requests or something like that. So, but it's cool. So the first page, we are in the mirror world and everyone's having a conversation. They're looking for Luffy and Sanji. They're just talking about where everything is, and then Jinbei pops up and says that he was planning to tell them all when everyone was together, but he's pretty much going to say, in my opinion, that the ceremony, the wedding, isn't actually going to be a wedding. Big Mom is going to be killing everyone, and I'm wondering how he knows that. It could have been because he worked under Big Mom, so maybe it was slipped through the ranks to him or something like that, but I think we'll understand more about how and why he knows that when we understand how he got away from Big Mom, right? Because we still don't know how he escaped the wheel and all that stuff, right? So then he mentioned something that was really important. He mentioned Peckham's, and he mentioned that Peckham's was pretty much going to be killed, because of a plot. So I know that Peckham's, he jumped off of that cliff or whatever, at the beginning of like a few chapters ago, right? So I'm guessing because Jinbei knows of that, Jinbei is the one, or his crew, they were the ones who saved Peckham. So I guess it's safe to assume that Peckham's did not die, that he was saved by Jinbei and his crew. Otherwise, Jinbei will have no reason to know about that. Then the next page we see, what's his name? Dobby? I can't remember. The guy with the shaky head. And it looks like he just got messed up pretty bad. He's like bleeding out of his mouth. This is the second chapter where he's pretty much getting screwed over. And, he just got to Sweet City. And it looks like he says, "Those bastards," and then he collapses. It's raining. He said a dog is barking, and he collapses. So at first I thought he had already ran into Sanji and Luffy, and they're the ones who messed him up. And I was like, I was a little hyped for that. I didn't really know what that meant. But later on in the chapter, we find out that's not the case. The next page is pretty much just the Germa 66, Sanji's brothers and his dad. They're just all drinking. They're pre-gaming. They're celebrating for the ceremony the next day. And, they have some girls there with them. The girls all passed out. At first I was like, yo, what's going on here? I thought I was like, yo, like, are they drugging these girls? Like, I was like, I didn't know One Piece was that kind of manga. But it seems like the girls just passed out because the liquor that they're drinking is so strong. And it's just sort of to remind you that, like, these guys aren't, they're not human. They're not normal. Like, including the dad. The next page, the dad, is a close-up of the dad. And he's talking about, now Big Mom is on their side. They're going to finally be able to conquer the North Blue. And, they're going to be able to wear her Jolly Roger. No one's going to stand in their way, etc., etc. You could see some of the homies are in the room with them, smiling, and just like, these idiots have no idea, right? I'm going to be honest, this page sort of made me lose a bit of respect for Sanji's dad. I guess there's no way. I guess because we as reader, we now know the full story. It's a bit obvious to us. But this guy is supposed to be a genius, right? Like, a genius scientist, an expert fighter, and all this stuff. And it's like, you would think he would have contingencies in place, right? Like, just something else on the back burner and sort of, prepare for the worst. How does the saying go? Expect the worst, expect the best, but prepare for the worst. You would think that's the kind of guy he would be. I would have far more respect for him if he was that kind of guy. But it seems like he's just rolling into the trap. Like, you know what I mean? And then you have all of, the homies and Big Mom's people outside. They're just making sure that the Germa stay where they are. You get a close-up of Big Mom sleeping with the fake Brooke. That looks obviously fake to me. Like, I don't know how they got away with that. And yeah, everyone's just chilling. You get a panel of Sanji's sister in the bottom left of this page 8, and she's just, she knows everything, so there's not really much she can do. Then we switch to pretty much the meat of this chapter, which is the conversation between Sanji and Luffy. Luffy looks like he is on death's door. I've never seen Luffy look like this before. I mean, I saw Luffy got messed up before. I saw him poisoned, but he really looks like someone's sucking the flesh out of him, which I don't really get how it's this bad because it's been less than a day. I get that he's hungry, but he's been hungry before, and it's been less than a day. So how is he this malnourished? But I guess he's been through a lot in this day. Like, he got captured, he fought an entire army, he fought Sweet Commander, so it's been a long day for my man Luffy, but he looks like somebody's grandpa. He looks like he was on Goldie Rogers' crew. Like, Luffy looks like the close-up picture that they take when you're already dead. It's like Luffy looks so old right here. He looks like he has his eyes closed, and he looks like he's dreaming within his dream, like a dreamception. Luffy's so old, his wrinkles has wrinkles. Luffy looks like he was about to ask Sanji for some change. Luffy looks like he can't remember his grandkids' names. Luffy looked like he gave up. Anyway, Sanji shows up with Luffy. He gives him the food that he's been carrying, which I know so many people predicted that when Sanji prepared that food, that he was going to end up giving it to Luffy because it had all of Luffy's favorite stuff in it. My only thing is, it's not that much food, right? Like, we've seen Luffy eat, mountains of food before. And because of how fucked up Luffy looks right now, I just feel like, is that enough food to really, get him back to tip-top condition? But Sanji did learn how to prepare that special food on the island he was on, so maybe some of that is included. So, we don't know. And now, him and Luffy pretty much start talking, and Luffy's all he can't even talk. He's laughing she. You know what I mean? He calls the food FUD. He could barely talk, right? And I think this page for me was one of the reasons why I decided to do this review, because it really brought the feels back. You know what I mean? When he opened the food and it's all messed up, and it's the same sort of picture that when he gave the food to his mom, and it's all fucked up looking, and it's just, and Luffy is so hungry. It's he doesn't care, right? And he's eating it, and he goes, it's delicious, and Sanji's like, don't lie to me, bro. That food was trash, and Sanji's all in his feelings and stuff right now. He's crying or whatever, and Luffy's like, all right, bro, let's go, man. Let's get out of here. And, Sanji starts telling him, why he can't leave with him. Sanji's like, one, I disrespect my captain, and I attacked you to the best of my ability. And that's really important. I feel like that's really important, and it shows a sense of maturity that he understood what he was doing. He did not, when Usopp attacked Luffy, Usopp did not sort of acknowledge it. He sort of tried to weasel his way back into the group, and Zoro was the one that was like, bro, that's not okay. Even though Sanji sort of felt like he was doing it to protect Luffy, which was noble, he still acknowledges that, hey, that's not okay under any circumstances, and I don't expect. He's aware of the gravity of attacking his captain like that, right? Number two, he talks about the Zeph, and Zeph's life is in danger. And number three, he says he can't leave his family, even though he hates them. He doesn't want to just have them get slaughtered by Big Mom. And he's pretty much in tears. He's emotional. He says, he can't leave. And then the next page 15 on Manga Stream, Luffy socks him. Luffy hits him. And let me say this. This is my favorite kind of Luffy. All right? There's 4 kinds of Luffy, maybe 3. First is the funny Luffy, which I love, right? It's the serious captain. I'm the captain. This is what we're gonna do. Sort of listen to me, Luffy. That's my favorite kind. Then we have the Luffy that's, just a goof off who's just, whatever, just stupid, just doesn't care. You know what I mean? And then I would say we have like the fourth one would be like the serious fight mode type Luffy. All of them are part of him. My least favorite is the goof off, even though I like the comedy, like the funny, but it's still this captain where Luffy is like the dad. You know what I mean? Where he's just like, no, this is what's going to happen. This is my favorite kind of Luffy. And he just socks Sanji once. And we don't see this kind of Luffy very often, right? And Sanji feels it, man. He looks like he got hit pretty fucking hard. He got hit pretty far. It's like he crashes into some stuff. And Luffy's like, tell me the damn truth. And he's yelling. This is really the feels, man. The feels, man. The feels. Oda, the feels. Sanji's looking at him. He's getting flashbacks of the squad, of the group, the Straw Hat Pirates. And, he's flashbacks of them eating and laughing together. He's picturing Big Mom and his dad. And then he goes, Luffy. Tears is running out of his face. Snot coming out of his nose. It's raining. He goes, Luffy, I want to go home to Sunny. Let's go. Let's go. The feels, man. The feels. I know everyone's going to be saying, I don't even want to watch reviews because I guarantee everyone is going to be saying, oh, it's so similar to Robin and Enies Lobby and, I want to go home. It's like, come on, bro. I don't care about that, all right? I don't care about that. The feels are real. The feels are real. I don't like seeing the Straw Hat Pirates split up like this. They've been split up for too long. I want to see the whole squad together. And I know they got shit that they got to deal with, right? I understand that. But emotionally, I want to see them together. And now I feel like they just got back together. Now I feel like, yo, let's do this shit together. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think this chapter and just that whole page has a lot deeper meaning too, because a lot of people are like that in life. They try to shoulder the weight of the world by themselves. And it's like, you don't have to do that, bro. You don't have to do that. That's the reason why you have friends. That's the reason why you have family. It's not that you're trying to give them all your problems. You're not complaining. That's the far other side. It's somewhere in the middle. It's somewhere in the middle of understanding that you don't have to change the world by yourself. You need to use the people around you. You need to use your friends and be available for them to use you as well. That's part of growing up. That's part of life. That's part of being part of a team. You know what I mean? And Luffy's just like, bro. Last page, he's like, bro, we're here for you. Let's wreck this shit together. I loved it, man. I love this chapter. Usually, I'm a fan of action in One Piece. I'm a fan of heavy action chapter. There was very little action in this chapter, and I'm still going to give this chapter a 9 out of 10. I think it was well done. I think it was well written. I don't care about anyone who thinks it was too much like Enies Lobby with Robin. Get the fuck over it. I don't care. I think this was excellent. The feels are too real for me. So, chapter 856 of One Piece entitled Liar, 9 out of 10. Again, guys, this is my first review. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the review. If you agree with my 9 out of 10. And I'll see you guys next Thursday. Bye.